just he had no balls, you know.
All right, Luke's gonna
All
watch
the
it.
chocolate. No, like he's gained a lot.
Oh, I should come to teach you.
Clean him out and stuff. It's because he ain't hanging around you so much anymore, bro.
Oh, ouch, bro, ouch. Amber. James, how are you, sir? You look like a guy named James. That's a good thing.
That's my middle name. We got 3 Jameses.
Well, like today, huh? James, at Starbucks, I met a guy named James.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I call him
What part Riverside is it?
Hi, buddy. The volume's on, so let's see. It's gonna be a
What did you do to
delay.
your foot?
I started walking.
Yeah.
You just fired the mic.
Yeah.
That happens to gymnasts a lot. They can do crazy, crazy things, and they always sprain their ankles on curves.
That's what I was on the first.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally like playing with it yesterday.
Oh, good.
Walking on doing something just like collapse. Wrong way, sideways, yep.
When I was a football coach, we used to mandate our players with no roller skates, no skateboarding.
Yep, I just got it.
Inevitably,
So it's working.
some of these jokers are falling for
Mine's
good players, you know? Like, these girls, no basketball.
All right, beautiful.
Open up and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can-
It's delayed. I can hear you talking about your
Leave it up for half a season.
Oh, it's always delayed a minute.
We're just on a delay.
So we're live.
Well, we need
Okay.
to show on.
Cool. All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. We got it. We finally got it up and running. We had a little technical snafu. We're now broadcasting live all over the world and live in the living room here in Corona, California. So for everybody that came out to partake in a super fun potluck and some in-person fellowship, we're having a great time. And for everybody out there in internet land, we love the fact that you hung in there. Even though the audio and video were not coming up before, they're up now, and you didn't miss anything because we waited for you. So we're gonna get this thing kicked off, and this
We're
is just-
waiting for the pork one to be done.
right? So it was timed perfectly. It was timed perfectly. And so everybody out there on the Google Hangout, what you're gonna see tonight is just what we do in the living rooms. And so you hear the peanut gallery already. You hear people interacting, and we wanted this to be in your living room the same way it is here in ours. And we're just excited to share some people and some information with you and some excitement and some hope and some dreaming. And so the next 30 minutes are going to be really fun. And one of the things that makes this business so fun is the people. And for me personally, one of those people happens to be my wife. See, this business has really changed our lives in a lot of different ways. And one of them is that it gives us something we can work on together. And so now we are championing our family's dreams as a team. And so tonight, you guys are privileged, and I don't just say that because she's my wife. You guys are privileged because you get to hear from one of the most rockin' women leaders in this FG Express business, and she's going to share with you guys our 5-star opportunity.
Come on.
Help me welcome Jolie.
Okay, so I'm going to be very transparent and say this is my first time. Yay, yay. So I just have to use this clicker, right?
Right.
Okay, awesome. So let me give you a little bit of background on myself. I am an at-home homeschooling mom. So my mornings are generally filled with all my homeschool stuff, and then my afternoons are driving my kids to and from practice. Does anybody else have that going on in their lives? Yes and yes? All right.
Yes.
So the beauty of this business that I love so much is that I can do this business anywhere, anytime, all from my cell phone. I don't ever work my business from my computer at all. I always work it from my cell phone. So we'll get into that in a little bit. My daughters are gymnasts, so this product could not have come at a better time. They're high-level gymnasts, and part of that is pain. And if you have any athletes in your family, or just have kids that don't just sit on the couch all day, that are actually out there skateboarding or riding their bikes, every kid out there gets bumps, bruises, and breaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, popping pills is not okay. You know, as it stands right now, 1 in 4 teenagers are addicted to prescription drugs. And they are getting those drugs by going to their friends, families, and other people's homes and taking them out of the medicine cabinet. How about we put power strips in those medicine cabinets instead of pain pills? Just saying, might solve some of the problem. So that's where my passion comes from in doing this business. It is for everyone, and we're going to get started with the company. What do I point this at? Do I push which button? Where should I
press the arrow.
Ryan?
At what?
Press the arrow. Just click it. You clicking the arrow?
I am clicking the arrow.
No, that's the arrow.
Oh, no, that's the side button.
Okay.
Okay.
Side button.
So the opportunity. You know, we've been in this industry for almost 9 years now, and our previous company was great for a time. They did have a 5-star opportunity. They had the right company. They had the right product. The timing wasn't right, though. So that is what made us step away from our old company. We did extremely well in our old business. We did earn into the 6-figure range, all working part-time, just like this deal, from the comfort of our own home with our cell phones, right? So those things didn't change, but the opportunity did, and this opportunity is amazing on so many levels. Let's start with the company. Now, the company, our parent company, is 12 years old. They've been around for a long time. This is not some company that just popped out of the woodwork a couple of years ago with this new product to relieve pain. This company is a 12-year-old publicly traded company led by a man who started this not because he needed the money, but because he wanted to impact the world.
Right.
He did not set out to do this to be the vehicle to set his family free. He was already free. Now, when I'm looking at any type of organization to associate with, and this goes from a church to a gymnastics facility to a nonprofit organization that we're looking at, there's something that I always look at, and that is the person at the helm. And when I read Ron's book, there's something that was massively important that you guys all need to understand. The sign of a good leader is how long the people that are around him stay working with him.
Right.
The people who started this company are still with him now. And you know, he wrote this book, but all throughout this book are excerpts of people who are working for him and started out working for him, telling their story along with his. If these people didn't believe in this leader, they wouldn't still be around, and we wouldn't have the opportunity that we do now. That is what stood out for me as far as the company goes. You can look up all of the statistics that you want on the internet and Google it all you want. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm the type of person who looks at a man who says it very plainly in his own words, I am doing this because my children are watching and I am the example for them.
Come on.
That is the same part that we have in our own household.
Yes.
Okay, so I knew this was a man that we could follow. Now the products, I touched on the products a little bit. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so that's Ron Williams. That's the guy who wrote this book. The guy I was talking about, phenomenal leader. Those are all the great people. That's Jeff Graham. He's a good friend of ours. We've been around him for a very, very long time. He's the president of North America. You can read more about him later. All right, now the products. We have products for pain. We have 2 categories of our business, or 2 sides of our business. We have our build products, and we have our the products that are farmers market that we can just use. I'm going to focus on our build products right now, okay? Because that's why we're all here. We're all here because we want to have financial freedom and security and a plan B, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the products that we build with is our flagship product, which is the Power Strip. Now, all of you in this room have had the benefit of using those Power Strips to experience the pain relief or the feeling that you get. They're phenomenal for that. For us, it's because our kid is on any given day has 3 or 4 of those things all over her body. We just changed training facilities and she's a mummy right now, okay? Then we have our whole food product, which is the solar strips. That, if you're not getting, well, nobody's getting the proper amount of nutrition in them at all. And so we use those, and those have the phytoplankton in them. Back to the Power Strips, those have all kinds of good things in them. I'm not going to bore you with what's in them. You can watch the video. Whoever invited you to watch this, we have videos that have the doctors telling you everything you need to know. I don't know any of it. I don't need to know any of it because the product works on my kid.
Right.
The solar strips have been instrumental in controlling my children's allergies and acne. So if you've got teenagers who have swinging mood changes, acne, and headaches, and allergies, solar strips in conjunction with the Power Strip, because they create a balm in your body of goodness. Okay, so we use those. And then we also have the beauty strips. The beauty strips are for us ladies because, you know, we're vain. But I know there are some men out there that are too. So, but here's what makes this company different than any other company with our products. We are breaking through in this industry that all of our products fit inside of envelopes. In a greeting card, we can send our products anywhere that the mail gets delivered for $5. Our company has not even launched, and we are already approaching 200 countries that our product is in. We're like that close, and we haven't even launched yet. Because we are a category creator, not only in being a pain relief product that is all natural, that I didn't touch on, the only one that is all natural in a home-based business opportunity to ever achieve being listed with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device. See, we bring our families to these things too. Are you gonna wave? It is a home-based business. So we're a category creator in our delivery system as well as our products. We are the only company out there that has access to our proprietary gland of the phytoplankton. And again, you guys can watch the videos straight from the doctors. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor, okay? I want to share what I know, the product works, and they send me money. That's all I need to know.
That's it.
It's fabulous, okay? So we're gonna move on from that. There's the power strips. You just stick them on your body, stick it where it hurts. Beauty strips, cover your face up, enjoy the yummy goodness. Okay? Those are our solar strips now. When you become a member with FGX, doesn't matter if you want to be a member for your own personal consumption or if you would like to build a solid stream of income. Once you do that, you have access to Forever Green's Farmer Market. And those are only in the United States, right? North America, Rob, is that right?
Mostly.
Pretty much. So we have access to those too. And there's weight loss products in there, and there's all kinds of things in there that I don't even know what they all do, but again, more yummy goodness. Timing. Now, most of the time when people talk about this, the timing, we mention pre-launch. Invaluable. It truly is an invaluable thing. But something that I really want to hit home on more than anything, this industry is experiencing something that it's never had before. We now have the ability to do our business from our phones anywhere, anytime. We can reconnect with people who we have not seen in years and years and years. We can find them just by typing their name in the search engines. People who make impacts in our lives who we want to be our business partners now, we can find them because of the timing of technology. This is an internet business. When you become a member with this company, you are opening your own internet business. You're not stocking product. You're not delivering product.
Right.
You are opening an internet business, and when people say they want more, they just log into your website or their own website and order it straight from the company, and it comes to them magically on their doorstep or in their mailbox. So pre-launch technology is like it has never been before, and connecting. There are so many people that we've been able to reconnect with and strike up true relationships with, that sometimes relationships come and go and ebb and flow, and then you reconnect with them and realize, why did it ever die away? And it's a beautiful thing. It's absolutely amazing. All right, compensation plan. I know that you need two people who are willing to do what you are willing to do, which is go out there, fight for your family, share the product so that you can get money in the mail. How many want to do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, that might be the first two people that you run into that you know that you have great relationships with. It might take more than that. It's kind of like going through a bag of jelly beans that has 5,000 jelly beans in it, okay? Now, in order to find your two, for some people, you're going to pick out the first two that are going to be your runners and your partners, and they're just going to fight for their families like you do and get this thing done. For others, you're going to have to eat a jelly bean, and eat another jelly bean, and eat another jelly bean, and eat another jelly bean, and in those jelly beans, some of them are going to taste like vomit, some of them are going to taste like raspberries, some of them are going to taste just You just have to split them out because they're black licorice, you know? I don't know. But in that jelly bean bowl of 5,000, you're going to ultimately find your jelly beans that are just the flavor for your team. All right? You got to go out there and find those jelly beans. You find those jelly beans by sharing product, okay? That's all I know about the compensation plan. They send me money for that, okay? All right, yeah, more stuff that I don't know, but Rob's gonna come up later, and he knows everything. And the achievement levels, these are the rough estimates, so you guys can look at that later. And the team. You know, we have the blessing, very few days do you go to your day jobs and just love every single person that you are sitting next to, either in the cubicle or that you're making deliveries with, or that you're bagging their groceries for or fixing their cabinets for. Probably not. But you know what? Every Friday night and every time I go to a strip party, a power strip party. We ain't that kind of a business. Oh, man. We love everyone that we're in business with because we get to choose. We get to choose who we work with. It is a lovely thing, all right? That is your team. If you can assemble the dream team to win, guess what? You can.
Yep.
All right? I think that's it. That's it, right? That's like the whole opportunity. All right. Now, I get to bring up Rob Alwyn, who is our sponsor, who knows a lot more than I do. And we had the blessing of being with him through many journeys. And is it Matthew?
Hunter.
Hunter might just help out with that. So Rob, please come up.
All right. Hey guys, how's it going? Anyway, totally fired up, you know. Jolene, that was absolutely incredible. You know, I mean, she covered the whole 5-star opportunity. She talked about our rockin' corporate team, the parent company with 12 years experience. She talked about our products that are absolutely amazing and beneficial for our families. She talked about the timing, which is incredible. She talked about the compensation of each person gets to go out and find 2 people that they hand select to be their business partners, and that the money comes every single week. You know, I love keeping it simple like that. You know what? I may know a few things about this, but I'm just going to tell you this. All this is about you and your heart and your dreams and what you want out of life, being encouraged by a bunch of other folks that have got dreams just like you. You know, I got introduced to this business 20 years ago by a friend. And I felt so honored that I was invited to take a look at an opportunity. And prior to that, at the time I was 27, I'm now 48 years old, no one had ever invited me to any kind of an opportunity. I'd heard about work, I'd heard about, you know, ways to make money through trading hours for dollars, which is what I was doing. But I never had anybody talk to me about an opportunity, and I never had anybody talk to me about hopes and dreams and teamwork. You know, you see, who you're doing life with is going to determine more than likely what kind of life you have. You know, the old saying, birds of a feather flock together, is as true today as it's ever been. You know, if you're hanging out with a bunch of people that are busy and broke, what do you think your chances are of being busy and broke? Rather high. Guess what happens when you're hanging out with a bunch of people that's involved in a 2 to 5 year business plan to get free? What do you suppose happens to people over the course of the next 2 to 5 years? They get free. So if you're on this webinar, here's what I want to share with you. Number 1, somebody cared enough about you to invite you onto this. That in itself, you should feel honored. Number 2, we've got products that help us with our nutrition. Is anybody out there, would you raise your hand and just agree with me real quick that you don't eat perfect? Yeah. Now here we have a real dilemma, guys. Because if you don't provide your body the nutrients that it needs on a daily basis, you become malnourished. And a body that's left without nourishment for years and then decades, eventually the manifestation of poor health shows up because you've been running this miracle body on garbage food, or is that just the way we eat at our house? So here's the thing. If there really were a company that was distributing the greatest, most nutrient-dense whole food in the world, marine phytoplankton, and all you had to do was put a little tiny piece of food on your tongue, and it melted in there, and it gave you all the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that you probably didn't get from the way that you're eating, and the company would pay you to share those samples with your hand-selected friends, could you see that two things would be taking place? One, we'd be helping to move our family from malnourishment to nourishment, which, is that good?
That's
Yes.
a good thing.
Do our children and our grandchildren and our parents, do they matter?
Yes.
And so, I mean, you only got one body to work with in this lifetime. Is that true?
Yes.
So taking care of ourselves, should we have to be put into a headlock for that to have meaning?
No.
No.
No, it should make sense. Oh, your company offers the most nutrient-dense, nutrient-diverse product ever found anywhere in the world, the #1 superfood in the world. It's called marine phytoplankton. Never heard of it until now. And we get an opportunity to turn our family onto excellent nutrition. That in itself, super rewarding. But then you take our other product that Jolene was talking about, the power strips, and you introduce a way for people to mitigate pain naturally instead of through popping pills. I don't know, help me out there in cyber world. Pop a pill, very unnatural, or put on a power strip, which is very natural. Massive side effects in mitigating pain, 0 side effects. Massive, none. Are you guys with me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hardly any nourishment in your body, massive nourishment in your body.
Yeah.
Hanging out with dreamers and world changers, or just hanging out with people that are victims and people that like to complain about dumb things in
Dreamers
the water
more
cooler?
fun. Woo!
Yes.
So if we're hanging out with forward-thinking, hard-working, go-getting, life-designing, incredible, heartfelt people that want to wash your feet, love you up, encourage you, and be there for you, and never charge you $1 for all the help you could ever ask for, what part of that's not for you? Every once in a while I run into somebody, Pastor Rocky, and they'll go, you know, I got to go home and think about it. And I love to joke around and say, who am I up against? And they go, what do you mean, who are you up against? I go, well, what is it you're going home to think about? Who's going to help you? How much they'll help you? Well, I don't really have anything else. And I go, then do yourself a favor. Get involved, and if you ever get somebody who's more willing to help you than our team, then we will have no problem with you upgrading your opportunity.
Right.
Because
Amen.
most of us had to do a few upgrades to be a part of this team
Amen.
Amen.
and this family. There's nothing wrong with an upgrade.
Nothing
Right?
wrong with it.
You know, unless you're a manipulator, then you want to tell people that when they're going for the upgrade, they're a jumper.
Right.
But don't get me started. It's called an upgrade. If there was an excellent opportunity in your field of work, maybe you're an electrician, and you found out that there was a company that was coming to town that offered a much superior compensation plan with greater leadership, it was a safer place to be involved, and there was tremendous people to be around with and do life with. Would you stay at the other place or go to the one that paid you better and was more rewarding?
Pays better.
You go to the better company, wouldn't you? So in our industry, I love this industry, but not all companies in our industry are 5-star. 5-star means that the main components are in agreement and in alignment. Number one, I don't want to be in business with any company that doesn't care about my children's children. I don't want to be in something short term. I don't want to be in something build it up, sell it off. I love the fact that this company is long term, that it's safe, that the residual income that I'm building for my children and soon to be next month, my children's children. I want to be in business with people that care about Rob and Lisa Alwyn's grandkids.
Yep.
That matters to me.
It matters.
Secondly, I don't want to just be another vitamin. I'm not putting down vitamins. But I don't want to just be another soap, another vitamin, another cream. The world's got a million creams, vitamins, and different beverages and so forth. But the world does not have another power strip.
Right?
The world does not have other marine phytoplankton that's 100% bioavailable, full-blown international patent that only we have. The world doesn't have another compensation plan with a $20,000 weekly payout in a binary and a 62% payout.
Come on.
I've never seen it, and I've been around for 2 decades.
Wow.
I want to be where they pay the best, and I'm not afraid of hard work.
Amen.
Now let me define that. Hard work is an hour or 2 a day for 2 to 5 years. That's hard work. And you say, what's so hard about that? We're going to compete with TV. We're going to compete with your favorite passions. We're going to compete with things that will be more simple for you to do, like hang out on the couch and watch reruns. So here's the catch. You've got to have a dream that's big enough and a team that encourages you enough that you would stay in motion for 2 to 5 years, investing an hour or two a day. In 20 years, I've never found anybody that invested an hour or two a day that were teachable and willing, who did not get what they were looking for from the opportunity. Now, I've known all kinds of talkers. I've known all kinds of fakers. I've known all kinds of, wannabes. They didn't gotta be. See, I gotta be. I gotta be the producer for my family. Why? Because I love my wife that much. I love my kids that much. I want to win that much for the families that trust some of their time and some of their resources to do life with us. I love the fact that our 5-star opportunity gives people a level playing field, that you only need to find 2 partners. But let me just clarify that real quick. Would you just be focused on serving and encouraging, promoting and uplifting, and you leave who comes onto the team completely up to God?
Yes.
Would you just do the work?
Yeah.
See, here's what happens. People, they set their sights on somebody, and when that person doesn't roll over to their program, they quit because they think that, well, they didn't do this with me, so I'm out. Here's what this looks like. 2 to 5 years, hour or 2 a day on faith. Using your products, promoting the calls, promoting the webinars, promoting the meetings, the potlucks, the fellowship, the get-togethers. If all you would be willing to do is promote and stay loyal to your dreams, to your goals, to your family, we'll never ask you to break God's laws or man's laws. We'll never ask you to do anything weird or funky. We're going to say, does nutrition matter to you and your kids? It does? Check. Great. Do you got goals that are not realized, things you'd like to do with your life, places you'd like to go, people you'd like to bless, things you'd like to be able to acquire, but they take money you don't currently have? You do? Us too. Birds of a feather do flock together. So here's what we're looking for. Smiling people with an open heart and an open mind, wondering what God's got in store for them for the next season of their life. So if you want to have more fun, help people, get healthy, build a business, be diversified, show other people a way to be able to do right, to do good, to do better, then this is home. On the flip side, if you're negative and ornery, you're not going to want to get back with the person who invited you because they made a mistake. and I'm just going to tell all of you out there in the world of internet, we're looking for open-minded, hard-working, go-getting, dream-building promoters. And if you've got a soft, tender heart and you want to be protected and encouraged and built, then this is home. If you're lazy, ornery, mean, and self-centered and unteachable, hardened mind, hardened heart, you don't make the cut. Because you know what? Not everybody makes the Super Bowl. So just as much as we want you, we only want you if you're going to be open-minded and if you're going to be courageous and if you're going to be willing to move in faith for the next 2 to 5 years. We're not looking for prima donnas. We're not looking for know-it-alls. We're not looking for the classic networker. You know what we're looking for? People with big hearts, big dreams that say, could you show me? I'd love to go with you and do some life.
Amen.
One potluck at a time. One life at a time. Because everybody matters. I'd rather take an 18 or 19-year-old kid with big dreams that knows nothing about this than bring on board some 30-year veteran, prima donna, creme de la creme network marketer that's a mess. And there's some of those people out there. For the most part, our industry's got a bunch of really good folks in it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of this industry. I'm proud of the people, and I love being here. But I'm going to tell you, 2-star opportunities are a dime a dozen. 3-star opportunities are kind of rare. 4 stars are whoa, and 5 stars, once or twice in your life, will there come all of those parameters to be that beneficial for you. So let me just close with this. Get with the person that invited you to this webinar. Get with them and ask them what their website is so that you can go and sign up. What I want you to do is this. I want to give you a choice. Sign up and be a consumer and get excellent nutrition in your body. And when you come across an acre of pain, you reach for a power strip instead of a pill. Safe? You'll never make any money, but you're doing life better. wiser, smarter. Those choices should be more congruent with what you want out of life. Now, for the other person that goes, God, this all makes sense. I'm the person that you're looking for. I'd be a great partner. Then I go and get involved. And here's what that looks like. If you want to dabble, nothing wrong with dabbling. You can make a couple $100 a week, ain't it great? You can start, get involved, 100, 200 bucks, ain't it great? And you can make 100 or 200 bucks a week. If you go, no, I'm looking for a business. Great, get yourself about $500 worth of samples, build a names list of everyone that you know that smiles and has a big heart, and share your samples and get them on the calls or the next webinar. If you go, no, Rob, you don't understand. I know a lot of people, maybe you're a realtor, maybe you cut hair, and you have a Rolodex of 90 people that you cut their hair or do their nails. Maybe you're a person of influence. Maybe you're out there somewhere and you're a mayor. Maybe you're out there somewhere and you know, you're a police sergeant and everyone knows you and trusts you. Maybe you're a pastor of a church with 400 people and you can't imagine leaving any of them out because they're all dear, sweet, open-minded, beautiful-hearted souls. Well, then maybe you need to invest $1,000, $1,500, or $2,000 in samples to be able to give a couple to everyone that you know, and the ones that want more out of life will join your team. Let me ask you something. If this were a franchise, it's not, but if it were a franchise and they said, join the franchise, it costs $2,000 and you have an opportunity to make $2,000 a month, how many of you, as long as it was legitimate, didn't break God's laws or man's laws, would have no problem buying a franchise for $2,000 and with the hopes of making $2,000 a month?
Right?
Would you do that?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find a franchise for $2,000, but you know, you might find one for $200,000. But what a franchise means is that there's leadership and that there is a system. There is a model. The reason I say this is if you want to build a business and you want to grow quickly and you want to build something that will happen sooner than later, then what you need to do is get your samples, go to our website, FGX Info or FGX Family Info, get you to the same place, and watch all the videos, get all the information from our team site, and then once you've got that information, you can make an intelligent decision. Do I want to be a consumer, or do I want to be a small builder, or do I want to just go tear this thing up like Ryan and Jolene and some of the folks in this room tonight? You decide what it is that you want, and you let us know. And if this isn't for you, you know what? We're never going to beg you. We're not going to bug you. You know what? You don't have to beg and bug when you have a 5-star opportunity. You made the cut, and you got the invite. And we're grateful that we were able to deliver the information to you. If it's for you, embrace it. Let's go build something great. Anyway, guys, take care. God bless. And thanks for listening in on our 5-star opportunity this Friday evening. Good night, everyone.
For round 2.
Yeah.